For the last 30 minutes, you've had a chance to make a decision. And statistic tells us that in the next 30 minutes, some 29 young people will attempt suicide. 57 of them will run away from home. 14 young girls will give birth out of wedlock. 22 of those will have abortions. You see, this is a real world that we live in. And I know sometimes some of these things that you see may not be reality for you, but you know what? It's reality for somebody. In the next 30 minutes, some 188 young people will begin to abuse alcohol. Some 686 will begin to abuse some type of drug. You know what that tells me? That somewhere down the line, we messed up. You see, so many times, so many young people have been lied to. And Hitler said, if you tell a lie long enough, people will believe it. Some of us have bought into those lies. For some of you, it may be your family members. For some of you, it may be a friend. Or it could be you. You see, I know what reality says. If we look all across America, we can see so many hurting young people. We can see people who come to school who may seem like they have all their act together. Everything is okay. I've got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I'm doing fine in school, I'm the star athlete, but deep down inside they're hurting. You see, that could be one of you right now. And you see, we can see what happens all across our country when young people can go into a school and kill people. In the past 6 years, over 200 students and teachers have died in our public schools. You see, that's a shocking reality. It hurts sometimes when you know somebody who has lost their lives. Or if you know somebody who's strung out on drugs and they don't know what to do with their life, so they end up trying to take their own life. Some of you girls, you're going to make some tough decisions as well. Because I know sometimes you'll do just about anything you can to get somebody's attention. If you're not getting attention from home, you'll do silly things. Like wear some of the tightest pants that you possibly can so you can get some guy's attention. It's a reality. See, some of you right now, you're laughing and you're smiling, but you know what? It's true. Because if a young man cannot respect you for who you are, you know what? They're not worth talking to anyway. Some of you may be in situations within your home where your parents may not be together. Some of you may be in a situation where both parents are together, but deep down inside, there's some things that you want to say. There's some things that you wish were better. There's some things you wish took place in your home, like spending time with each other, talking with each other. Those traditional things that so many people say, you know what, nobody's doing that anymore. You know what, it still works today. You see, the reality is when you begin to get respect, and when you begin to move forward in the goals and the dreams that you want to accomplish, nobody can stop you from accomplishing those things but yourself. Go to class in the next couple of minutes. And this is probably going to be one of the biggest challenges that you've ever faced. Because some of you got to make some decisions. For some of you, it'll be easy. But for some of you, it's going to be tough. Because if you take a stand against all the things that we talked about, then you know what? You probably have to stand up to some of those friends and say, I don't want to do it anymore. Because if you take a stand against drugs and alcohol and sex before marriage, you know what? You're not being a part of the norm. We don't want you to be a part of the norm. We want you to be different. By the time I count to 3, each and every one of you are going to stand for something. And I'm at 1 right now. I know some of you are probably thinking, man, what would my boys think if I take a stand against drugs, against alcohol, against sex before marriage? Because I know some of you may have plans. It happens on the junior high campus. I'm at 2. And for some of you, I know your palms are probably sweaty. You're probably wondering, man, what will my boys think? What will my girls think? Don't worry about what they will think. What do you think? Friends can dictate your life for so long that they can lead you down the wrong path. But if you get the right friend, they'll stick with you through thick and thin. I'm at 3, and if you want to take a stand against drugs, alcohol, and sex before marriage, why don't you stand on your feet right now? This is your choice. Don't feel forced. Don't stand because your friend is standing.
Stand for what you believe in. Stand. Step on the breathing. Stand. 'Cause there's a rainbow after the rain. Stand. Stand for what you know's right. Stand. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Stand for me and I stand for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. It wasn't how you thought that it would be. Then it happened all so suddenly. There was a time when